Chapter 9 Parametric Test. This large sample test and small sample test. Several large sample tests are included in our syllabus and also small sample tests based on the TF chi-square and also pressure jet transformations. First of all, we have to take the large sample test. Large sample test means here n is more than 50 case is large sample. R.A. Fisher, so give the level of this large sample and small sample. So based on that sample size, we have to use the different test statistics. First of all, here large sample test. Large sample test. First test for a population proportion. So now here is this is the population. This is the sample. Now population proportion is capital P. Now this is sample proportion is small p. The small p formula is x by n. Now we have to estimate this capital P using small p. After estimation, this is small p is the estimated value of capital P. Now we have to examine the test. Is it reliable? So tool to estimate this capital P. In this case, we have to use this test for single population proportion. To test the population proportion, P regarded as a capital P naught specified value based on a random sample, that is to investigate the significance of the difference between the observed sample proportion P, assumed population proportion P naught. Is there any difference between sample proportion and population proportion? To investigate this one, assumption, the sample size must be sufficiently large, n is greater than 30, to justify the normal approximation to binomial. Actually, the proportion. So, success, failure follows binomial distribution. According to the proportion cases, that random variable follows binomial distribution. For large n, the binomial tends to so normal distribution. In this case, the suitable test is normal test. Now, here is we have to use the standard normal variates. Null hypothesis. First of all, here, so there are 4 steps here, already explained in the last video. So now, first step is here, set up the null hypothesis. Next one is alternate hypothesis. Third one is test statistics. Fourth one is conclusion. So based on the level of significance. Now, the step 1 is null hypothesis. H naught, the population proportion P regarded as P naught. That is, there is no significant difference between the observed sample proportion P and assumed population proportion P naught. Capital P naught is some specified value. H naught is equal to P naught. That is the null hypothesis. So, simple hypothesis. The population parameter specifies completely. P is equal to P naught. P naught lie between 0 to 1. P naught lie between 0 to 1. Both are excluding here. So P not lie between 0 and 1, both are excluding. Alternative hypothesis. Complementary null hypothesis is called alternative hypothesis. H1. So P not equal to P naught, P greater than P naught, P less than P naught. There are 3 alternate hypotheses there. That P not equal to P naught, population proportion not equal to some specified value, is more than some specified value, less than some specified value. Based on this alternate hypothesis, Now your alternate hypothesis in the form of not equal to format, use a two-tail test. In the form of greater than or less than, in this case, use one-tail test. Test statistics. Z equal to small p minus p under h naught, p equal to p naught. So square root of p naught q naught by n. So this is the formula. So small p is equal to x by n. So p naught is here is some specified value of the population proportion. Using this test statistic, we can able to calculate the Z value. So Z calculation value compared with Z table value. Some table values are given here. Two tail base, one tail, right tail, left tail here. 1%, 5%, 10% level. Z table values are fixed here. Two tail, two-sided or two tail test. 1% level of significance. Z table value 2.58. You have to compare the Z calculation value with table values. Z calculation less than or equal to modulus Z calculation less than or equal to Z table value. So we accept H naught, otherwise we reject H naught. So we conclude that the data do not provide us any evidence against the null hypothesis H naught. Hence, it may be accepted alpha percent level of significance. The test is not significant. When H naught is accepted, the corresponding Z test is not significant. So there is no evidence to, so there is no, not provide any evidence against the null hypothesis. So mod Z calculation is greater than or equal to Z alpha. We reject null hypothesis. Test is significant. This is very, very important. By p-value approach, by using some softwares, the p-value already the technology gives the generate the p-value less than alpha percent LOS, H naught is rejected. Reject all explain. P-value is more than alpha percent LOS, H naught is accepted. Accepted means there is no evidence to reject the null hypothesis. So now this is the importance of the table values and directly without using table values, using the p-values, compare with alpha level of significance, we can also decide H naught is rejected or not rejected here. So this is the test procedure. First step is set up the null hypothesis. What is the aim of the problem? What is the aim of the test? Assumption, so null hypothesis, alternative, test statistics. The regional-wide universities and national-wide universities, so many questions related to the theoretical based questions. So one or two problems will be given in the examinations. So I will explain also the examples related to the test procedures. So now here the students can mainly concentrate on the test statistics and also null hypothesis. What is the assumption of the log sample test? What is the aim of the test for population proportion? So these are the very, very important theoretical bits for the regional wide and national wide examination point of view.
Problem 1. A die is thrown 9,000 times and a throw of 3 or 4 is observed 3,240 times. Is die is unbiased. This is the practical problem. So which test is suitable for this one? So examination model for nationwide universities also. How can solve this problem? Is it die is unbiased here? So now, we have to use this test for single population proportion procedure to identify the used die is unbiased or biased here. First of all, here now solution x equal to number of successes. Number of successes. X follows binomial n comma p. Success follows binomial, you know very well. success probability, failure probability, follows binomial distribution. Now here clearly x is equal to, in the given problem, getting 3 or 4 as success. 3 or 4 as success. You are given that n is equal to 9,000, large case. Definitely we have to apply the Z test. No alternative for this case. Now here small p is equal to a sample, random sample drawn from this population. We have to calculate p. The formula is equal to x by n. Observed samples is given in the problem. Out of 9,000 times, 3,240 times 3 or 4 happened. 3240 dividing by 9,000. No need to simplify. Here, H naught, that is very, very important. Step 1, H naught. There is no difference between sample proportion and population proportion. That P is equal to P naught. Now P naught here. What is P here? Getting 3 or 4. So probability of getting 3 or 4. Probability of getting, suppose that die is biased. The probability of getting 3 is 1 by 6. Probability of getting 4, 1 by 6. That is 2 by 6. That is equal to 1 by 3. Or alternatively, in sentence formation, that is H naught. The die is unbiased. When the die is unbiased, the P naught value is equal to 1 by 3. 1 by 3. Alternative hypothesis, H1. In this problem, H1 P naught equal to 1 by 3. Die is biased case. Die is biased. Now, test statistic. Z formula, small p minus P naught by square root of capital P naught, capital Q naught by n is follows normal test 0, 1. Z is equal to small p is 3240 by 9,000 minus P naught is 1 by 3. P naught here 1 by 3. Square root of P naught 1 by 3. Automatically Q naught also. Q naught is here is Q naught 1 minus P naught, that is equal to 2 by 3. Whole dividing by n. N is what here? 9,000. After simplification, this value 5.36. So step number 4, modulus. No need to take modulus because of Z calculation value is positive value. So Z calculation value 5.36 is greater than 2.58 or 1.96. So we reject H naught. Therefore, the die is not unbiased. 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 So this is the example for understanding purpose of this test procedure. Based on test procedure, easily we can solve the problem. The examination point of view, this problem is very, very important. So go through the procedure, you have to solve it. This is weightage is 3 marks for nationwide universities. No need to take for the models for regional-wide universities. Andhra University entrance test, Nagarjuna University entrance test, so Venkateswara University test, and also Usmania University test. There is no need to take these problems. Only for understanding purpose, you have to take this problem. For regional-wide universities, so only concept is there. Concept is very, very important. For national-wide, both concept and applications. Applications are very, very important for national-wide university examination point of view. Next, second test. Test for single population mean. Test for mean. Test for mean is very, very important. For example, here is a population. This is a draw a sample. Population mean mu. Sample mean based on the sample observation, collected sample observations. Sample mean is x bar. Estimate mu using x bar. So we have to investigate this x bar is so good estimator for this mu or not here. To test this one, this x bar is used instead of mu. Is it true or not? Acceptable or rejectable? In this case, we have to use this test procedure if n is more than 30, loss sample case. In this case, use Z test. Z test means based on normal test. To test the population mean mu regarding mu naught based on the random sample, that is to investigate the significance difference between there is a difference between the sample mean and assumed population mean. There is no significance difference between sample mean and population mean. This is our investigation. So statement. Assumption. The population from which the sample is drawn assumed as normal distribution. The population variance sigma square is known case. It's very, very important here. Known case. Population variance is known case. Set up null hypothesis. H naught. The sample has been drawn from the population with mean mu naught. That is, there is no significant difference between sample mean and assumed population mean mu naught. H naught equal to mu is equal to mu naught. So population mean is equal to some specified value. Alternative hypothesis H1 mu naught equal to mu naught, mu greater than mu naught, mu less than mu naught. There are three. So alternative hypothesis. So this is two-tail test. For this case here, one-tail test. TT, this is one-tail test. Right tail, left tail. So now, the very, very important one. So direct question for the regional-wide universities, test statistic. X bar is Z is equal to X bar minus under H naught, mu naught, the sigma by root n. Sigma is known value, population variance. So now, actually the Z statistic. So formula, Z formula, T minus expectation of T by, so square root of variance of T. This follows n of 0, 1. So now T is a statistics X bar. X bar follows normal distribution. Normal mean mu, normal variance, so sigma square by n. By substituting here, we get this formula. So this is a Z formula. It's very, very important for regional-wide universities and also national-wide universities. The denominator shows the standard error of X bar. Standard error of X bar. Conclusion. So modulus calculation, Z calculation value less than Z alpha. We accept H naught. Otherwise, we reject H naught. So this is a important concluding remarks here. Based on this one, we have to accept the H naught or reject the H naught. For understanding purpose, so example, the application is a very, very important application. So a sample of 900 members has mean 3.4 centimeters and standard deviation 2.61 centimeters. Is the sample from large population mean 3.25 centimeters, standard deviation 2.61. So this is a population the mean value mu is equal to 3.25. This population standard deviation 2.61. Now sample is drawn from here. The sample size here, small n is equal to n 900. Based on this one, the sample mean x bar is equal to 3.4. The standard deviation 2.61. Is this sample drawn from this population mean with 3.25 and 2.61? That is our investigation. Here, H naught, set up H naught, mu is equal to mu naught, mu is equal to mu naught. That is given 3.25. Alternative hypothesis H1, mu not equal to mu naught. There is no difference between the sample mean and population mean. Here is directly we can take this mu not equal to mu naught, that mu naught value 3.25. So test statistics Z is equal to x bar minus mu naught by sigma by root n. X bar is given here 3.4 minus mu naught is 3.25 by sigma value population standard deviation 2.61. Population standard deviation value 2.61 by n is equal to, in this problem, n is equal to 900. After simplification, this value is equal to 1.73. 1.73. At 5% LOS, Z tab value is equal to 1.96 two-tail test. Here we have to use this two-tail test. When we have to use two-tail test, when we have to use one-tail test. So I will explain clearly here. So now here, in this problem, there is no condition between the sample mean and sample mean and the population mean here. Directly we have to examine, is this sample drawn from this population? So in this case, definitely we have to use only two-tail test. At 5% LOS, Z table value is equal to 1.96. At 1% LOS, Z tab is equal to 2.58 two-tail test. Now, step 5. Here Z calculation is a positive value, 1.73 is less than, so 1.96 or 2.58. So here we concluding remarks. Conclusion, we accept H naught. We accept H naught at 1% and 5% LOS. Therefore, the sample is drawn from the population with mean 3.25 and standard deviation 2.61. That is the final remark. This is very, very important for the examination point of view. So test number 2 is a single population means. Test number 3, test for the population correlation coefficient equals a specified value. Test for the population correlation coefficient equals specified value. So is another very important test. Single population correlation coefficient equal to some specified value. Rho is equal to rho naught. Aim to test correlation coefficient. To test correlation coefficient in the population rho be regarded as rho naught assumed value based on a bivariate random sample. That is to investigate the significance of the difference between the assumed population correlation coefficient rho and sample correlation coefficient R. Rho is the Spearman's rank correlation. So R is the Corley-Pearson correlation coefficient. So now there is no difference between these two here. This is a population correlation. This is the sample correlation. There is no difference between this population correlation and sample correlation. Now assumptions. The population from which the sample drawn is bivariate normal population. That is very, very important. Is very, very important bit. The relation between X and Y is linear. One more important assumption. The variance in the Y values is independent of the X values. The variance in the Y values is independent of X values. One more assumption. Null hypothesis. H naught, rho is equal to rho naught. The population correlation coefficient R, the population correlation coefficient is rho naught. Rho is rho naught. That is, there is no significant difference between the sample correlation coefficient or assumed population correlation coefficient rho naught. No difference between R and rho. Here is, that is the alternative statement. Direct statement here, the population correlation coefficient rho is rho naught, some specified value. There is a correction, is corrected. Alternative hypothesis, here is only rho not equal to rho naught. Rho not equal to rho naught. This is a straightforward two-tail test. No need to take one-tail test here in this case. Now here is use Z transformation. For this case, use Z transformation. The test statistics formula is very important for the examination point of view. Z equal to U minus Xi by square root of 1 by n minus 3. This is the standard error for correlation coefficients. Is follows n of 0, 1 under H naught. Now, what is U here? U defined separate formula 1 by 2 log with base E 1 plus R by 1 minus R. Xi formula 1 by 2 log base E 1 plus rho by 1 minus rho. This is the sample correlation. This is a population correlation. Under H naught, Xi formula under H naught 1 by 2 log base E 1 plus rho naught by 1 minus rho naught. Conclusion. Z calculation, modulus Z calculation less than or equal to Z table value at level of specified level of significance. We accept H naught, otherwise we reject H naught. A simple problem for understanding purpose. So in this test, the main objective questions, the population from which the sample drawn is a bivariate normal population. The relation between X and Y must be linear. What is the investigation? The significance difference of between the assumed population correlation coefficient and sample correlation coefficient R. That is the main investigation. So objective type questions for the regional-wide university examination point of view. Problem 3. So suitable problem for this one. Correlation coefficient 0.72 is obtained from a sample of 29 pairs of observations. A sample correlation coefficient is calculated using 29 pairs. The value is equal to 0.72. Definitely this value R. Can the sample be regarded as drawn from the bivariate normal population in which True correlation coefficient is 0.8. Means what here? This is a population, bivariate population. This is a bivariate sample. Now we have to investigate the sample correlation R is equal to 0.72. This sample has 29 sample pairs, 29 pairs are there. This sample has been drawn from this population with correlation value 0.8. This value, rho value, rho is equal to 0.8. Now we have to investigate, is this sample drawn from this population? Now we have to investigate for this case. H naught, H naught, rho is equal to rho naught. Rho naught value 0.80. H1, this is step 1, step 2. Rho naught equal to rho naught. That is equal to 0.80. There is no difference between rho and R. Formula Z, formula U minus xi by square root of 1 by n minus 3 is follows n of 0, 1. First of all, calculate U value. What is U formula? 1 by 2 log base C 1 plus R by 1 minus R. 1 by 2 log base C 1 plus R. R value is equal to R value is equal to, given in the problem here, R value is equal to 0.72 by 1 minus 0.72. By applying this one, after simplification, the result is 0.907 xi 1 by 2 log base C 1 plus rho naught under H naught 1 minus rho naught 1 by 2 log base C 1 plus rho naught 0.80 by 1 minus 0.80. That is equal to xi value 1.1. So Z calculation here is 0.907 minus 1.1 by square root of 1 by n is equal to sample size. How many samples are given here? 29 pairs. 29 minus 3. 29 minus 3, 26. Is follows n of 0, comma 1. So now Z is equal to, after simplification, Z value is equal to, is a negative value, 1.1 is a negative side. This is minus 0.985. Mod Z calculation 0.985 is less than 1.96 or 2.58. 2.5. H naught is mod Z calculation less than Z table value. Here is 5% or 1%. So we accept H naught. We accept H naught. That is the sample is drawn from the bivariate population with correlation rho is equal to 0. True correlation value 0.80. So this is the final comment of the problem. Test number 4. Test 3 is a single population correlation is over. So 1, 2, 3, single proportion, single mean, single population correlation coefficient for single test. Now test number 4 is based on the equality of two population proportions. Equality of two population proportions. There are two populations, drawn the two samples. There is a difference between two population proportions, or there is no significant difference between two sample proportions. That is our main investigation. To test the two population proportions P1, P2 are equal based on two random samples. That is to investigate the significance of difference between the two sample proportions P1, P2. Is there any significant difference between P1, P2 which are drawn from the two populations, or two samples drawn from the single population? Is there any significant difference between two sample proportions? Assumption: the sample size of the two samples are sufficiently large, N1, N2 greater than 30, to justify the normal approximation to the binomial. H0: two population proportions P1, P2 are equal. That is the first test. Here, first statement: two population proportions are same, are equal. That is, there is no significant difference between the two sample proportions P1, P2. H0: P1 is equal to P0. P1 is equal to P2. Alternative hypothesis: P1 not equal to P2, P1 greater than P2, P1 less than P2. Now, here is two populations. This is population 1 proportion, population 2 proportion. Two samples are drawn. One sample drawn from population 1, second sample drawn from population 2. This is small p1, small p2. Now we have to investigate. There is no difference between, there is no significant difference between two sample proportions based on the samples, based on the drawn sample sizes, or only one population, draw the two samples here. Both are same here. So now here is capital P here. This is small p1, small p2. Is there any difference between two sample proportions? Either these or these, both are same here. For both cases, we have to use the same test procedure. Same null hypothesis, same alternate hypothesis. Test statistics is very, very important. Z formula: small p1 minus small p2 by square root of p cap q cap 1 by n1 plus 1 by n2. This p cap q cap is estimator values. So pooled proportion value. P cap is equal to n1 p1 plus n2 p2 by n1 plus n2. This is very, very important bit for the regional-wide universities. Capital Q cap is equal to 1 minus P cap. This is called combined sample proportion. Combined sample proportion value. So this is also a pooled proportion value. Is also called pooled proportion value. Using this formula, we have to calculate Z value. That is called Z calculation based on the under H0. So now Z calculation less than or equal to Z table value, we accept H0. Otherwise, we reject H0. This is same for all. Before an increase in excise duty on tea, 800 persons out of a sample of 1,000 persons were found out to be tea drinkers. After an increase in duty, tax, due to tax, 800 people were drinker in the sample of 1,200 people. Using standard error of proportion, state whether there is a significant increase in the consumption of tea after increase the excise duty? Is it a chance to decrease the proportion after increase the excise duty? Now we have to investigate. That corresponding department are very much interested to investigate this one before. So increase the excise duty, after increase the excise duty. So is there any changes here? The proportion of free drinkers. First of all, H naught. H naught is equal to P1 is equal to P2. That is here, there is no significance difference between, there is no significant difference between, there is no significant difference based on the given information in the consumption of tea before and after the increase, after the increase excise duty. This is the statement. Now, this is a step 1. Step 2, alternative hypothesis, P1 not equal to directly P2. But actually, so is there any difference between this one? Definitely we have to take this one. But here, in the given problem, there is a significant decrease in the consumption of tea after the increase in excise duty. But you have to use suitable alternative hypothesis. So P1 not equal to P2 is not correct here. In this case, use suitable this one. Whether there is a significant decrease in the consumption of tea after increase the excise duty. The suitable one here, P1 is greater than P2. Before excise duty proportion is P1, after excise duty proportion is P2. Now decrease means here P1 greater than P2 in this case. P1 is before increase the excise duty, P2 is the after increase the excise duty. Definitely the suitable alternate hypothesis P1 greater than P2. This is a right tail test. Use right tail test. That is the purpose of the one tail test. Test statistics. Z is equal to small p1 minus small p2 by square root of p cap q cap, capital P cap, capital Q cap, 1 by n1 plus 1 by n2. This follows n of 0 comma 1. Now where here small p1 is equal to x1 by n1. How many are tea drinkers before excise duty? 800% out of 1000. X1 is number of tea drinkers out of 1800. That is 0, 0 cancel. This is 0.80. Now P2. What is P2 value? Now this is P2 after increase the excise duty, same 800 people out of 1200. 800 by 1200. This value is equal to 0.67. Now P cap formula N1 P1 plus N2 P2 by N1 plus N2. Here there is a shortcut formula there. By cross multiplication, N1 P1 is equal to X1. N2 P2 is equal to x2 by n1 plus n2. Now this is x1 plus x2, 800 plus 800, 1600 by 1200 plus 2200. That is equal to 16 by 22. At P cap value, Q cap value, that is equal to 6 by 22. Z is equal to, by substituting all these values in the above formula, Z is equal to that final answer 0.80 minus 0.667 by square root of P cap is equal to 16 by 22. Q cap is equal to 6 by 22. 1 by 1000 plus 1 by 1200 is equal to, after simplification, this value 6.8422. Z calculation 6.8422 compare with Z table value. Z table value 5% LOS, one tail test 1.645. Z calculation value is greater than Z table value. We reject H naught. We reject H naught. That is, we accept H1. Accept H1. We can say that there is a significant decrease in the consumption of tea after the increase of excise duty. That is the final answer. So this is the, test number 4, equality of two population proportions. We will meet again with test number 5.